I found my wife's journal in her nightstand drawer. I wasn't snooping, I was looking for the phone charger, but there it was, open to a page dated 3 days earlier. I don't know how much longer I can do this. He doesn't see me, doesn't hear me. I've told him 100 times what I need, and he just doesn't get it or doesn't care. I'm not sure which is worse. I sat on the edge of our bed, holding that journal, and felt my entire world tilt. Because I'd thought I was a good husband, a great husband even. I worked hard, paid the bills, never cheated, didn't yell or drink or gamble. I thought I was doing everything right. I had no idea I was destroying my wife. My name is Trevor, and this is the story of how I realized I was the villain in my own marriage and what happened when I finally opened my eyes. Before I continue, please subscribe to my channel. Your support helps me share more stories like this. Jessica and I had been married for 8 years, met in college, dated for 3 years, got married right after graduation. We were that couple people envied, the ones who seemed to have it all figured out. Except we didn't. I didn't. Looking back now, I can see all the signs, but at the time, I was completely blind. Jessica would say things like, "Can we talk about how I'm feeling?" And I'd respond with, "Sure, but can it wait? The game's about to start." She'd mention feeling overwhelmed with housework, and I'd say, "I'll help more," then forget by the next day. She'd ask if I could plan a date night, and I'd say, "Yeah, definitely," then never actually plan anything. I thought I was being a normal husband, a little forgetful maybe, but basically fine. After all, I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was just busy, tired, focused on work. I had a million excuses for every dropped ball, every broken promise, every time I chose my phone over her, my friends over her, anything over her. And she kept trying. God, she kept trying. The journal entry I found wasn't the only one. Against my better judgment, or maybe because I needed to know, I read back through several months. Asked Trevor to remember my doctor's appointment today. He forgot. This was the 3rd time I reminded him. I don't understand why I'm not important enough to remember. Our anniversary is in 2 days. I've been dropping hints all week. He hasn't said anything. I don't think he even knows. I told Trevor I was struggling, that I felt invisible. He nodded and said, "Uh-huh," while scrolling through his phone, then asked what was for dinner. I'm so tired of asking, tired of hoping, tired of being the only one trying to keep us connected. Each entry was a knife to my chest because I remembered these moments. I remembered not remembering her appointment. I remembered forgetting our anniversary until she mentioned it the morning of. I remembered half listening while looking at my phone. But I hadn't realized what it meant to her, hadn't understood that each of these small moments was proof that I didn't prioritize her, that she didn't matter enough for me to pay attention. The most recent entry was the worst. "I think I'm done. Not done loving him. I still do somehow, but done trying to make him see me. You can't make someone care, and I'm tired of begging my own husband to notice I exist." I sat there for an hour, reading and rereading. My wife was planning to leave me. And the worst part, she'd be right to do it. Jessica came home from work that evening to find me sitting at the kitchen table with her journal. Her face went pale. "You read it." "I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to snoop. I saw it open and—" "No, that's another excuse. I read it, multiple entries, and I need to tell you something." She stood frozen in the doorway, waiting. "You're right, about all of it. I'm the problem. I've been the problem the entire time." "Trevor!" "No, please let me say this." My voice was shaking. I've been telling myself I'm a good husband because I work hard and don't cheat, like the bar is that low. But you've been drowning right in front of me, and I didn't even notice because I was too busy thinking about myself. I looked at her, really looked at her, maybe for the first time in months. She looked exhausted, sad, defeated. You told me you felt invisible, and I heard the words, but I didn't understand what you were saying, that I was making you invisible. Every time I forgot your appointment, you asked me to remember. Every time I chose my phone over you. Every time I said later and never followed through. I was telling you you don't matter. She started crying. I've been trying to tell you for so long. I know, God, I know. And I kept making excuses, kept thinking you were being too demanding or too sensitive, but you weren't. You were just asking your husband to give a shit about you, and I couldn't even do that.
That night, I asked Jessica if she'd give me a chance to fix this. Not right away, not with promises I'd broken 100 times before. I'm going to therapy, I said, starting this week. I need to figure out why I've been so selfish, why I can't seem to prioritize the most important person in my life. Trevor, therapy is great, and I'm keeping a daily log. Every day I'm writing down 3 things I did to show you that you matter. 3 concrete actions, not intentions, not I'll do better, actual things I did. She looked skeptical. For how long? Forever, or until you believe me again, whichever takes longer. What if I can't believe you? What if the damage is too deep? Then I'll have to live with that, but I'm not giving up without trying, real trying, the kind where I actually change, not just apologize and go back to being the same person. The first week was humiliating. I'd sit down to write my 3 actions and realize I had nothing. I'd forgotten to do the dishes like I promised. I'd been on my phone during dinner. I'd said I'd plan a date night and hadn't. Day 3, my list was 1. Remembered to ask about her day and actually listened to the answer. 2. Did laundry without being asked. 3. Put my phone away during dinner. Pathetic. These were the wins, the bare minimum of being a present partner. But I kept going, every day forcing myself to be conscious, to notice her, to remember that she existed and had needs and feelings. Therapy helped me understand where this came from. My dad had been the same way, present but absent, home but disconnected. My mom had eventually just stopped trying, stopped expecting. Their marriage was a hollow shell, and I'd grown up thinking that's what marriage looked like. You weren't taught how to be an engaged partner, my therapist said. But that's an explanation, not an excuse. You're an adult now. You can learn. So I learned, slowly, painfully. Week 2, Jessica came home to find I'd made dinner, not ordered, made. I'd looked up a recipe for her favorite pasta dish and actually cooked it. She stared at the table I'd set. What's the occasion? Wednesday. Wednesday? There doesn't need to be an occasion. You deserve effort on a random Wednesday. She cried. I'd never seen that look on her face before. Hope mixed with fear that she might be disappointed again. Month 2, I surprised her with the date night I'd promised 16 times but never delivered. Not expensive or elaborate, just intentional. A picnic at the park where we'd had our first kiss with food I'd prepared on an evening I'd cleared in my calendar weeks in advance. You remembered, she whispered. I'm trying to remember everything now. It's been 8 months since I found that journal. 8 months of daily accountability. 8 months of therapy. 8 months of actually trying. Jessica still keeps the journal. She says she needs to see progress in writing, not just in moments, so she records the good days and the setbacks. Last week, she showed me a recent entry. Trevor planned my birthday a month in advance, remembered that I wanted a small celebration, not a big party, got me thoughtful gifts, things I mentioned wanting months ago that I didn't think he'd heard. He heard. He's been hearing. I think I'm starting to believe he's really changed. Reading that made me cry, because I know how much I hurt her to get to this point, how close I came to losing her because I was too selfish to see past my own comfort. I'm not the husband I should have been. I wasted years being present but absent, making her feel invisible while telling myself I was doing fine. But I'm trying to be better now, and the terrifying thing is I almost didn't get the chance. If I hadn't found that journal, if she'd left before I woke up, I would have spent the rest of my life thinking I'd been a good husband and she'd just been difficult. The truth is scarier. I was a terrible husband who was too self-absorbed to notice I'd been a terrible husband. If you're reading this and any of it sounds familiar, if your partner has been asking for more attention, more effort, more of you, listen. Really listen, before you find their journal entry about giving up, before they stop trying, before it's too late. I almost lost everything because I couldn't be bothered to pay attention to the person I promised to love. Don't be me, or at least don't be the me I was. If this story touched your heart, please consider subscribing to this channel. Every subscriber helps me share more meaningful stories like this. Thank you so much for being here.